What's going on, everybody? This is BroncoJuggalo, and I am coming to you today to do the random horror tag created by Random Ross over at Random Horror. Now, I know this tag's actually been out for a while, and I can't believe I've missed this one, but I did, and I hadn't even seen it until now. I guess my only excuse is this tag was created about the time I started doing this YouTube thing. So it's been 3 months, and I'm just now doing this tag. I wasn't even tagged in it, but I got a hold of Random Horror, and he said, yeah, go ahead, bro, do the tag. So this is a tag of 7 questions, and I think they're really cool questions. They're very different. They're very thought-provoking. So let's get started with the first one. I hope you don't mind. I wrote everything down. So question number 1. Would you rather be a vampire, a werewolf, a zombie, a ghost, or a wizard/witch? I would like to be, if it's in the sense of the word of like Harry Potter, I want to be a wizard. Vampire would be my second choice, but I want to be a wizard. I think that, especially if it's a wizard like Harry Potter, they have so many different cool things they can do, and so many powers they can do, and so many shapes they can take and everything, that it's just like an all-in-one. So I definitely want to be a wizard. Question number 2. If the Purge was a yearly event in real life, would you take part? Yes, I would. There is quite a few people I wouldn't mind getting rid of, and that's just real talk. I would definitely take part. Yeah, I could definitely let my baser instincts take over at that point, which is something I've always wanted to do, just, being real here. And also, there's a lot of other cool stuff besides murder and stuff that you can do that I've always wanted to do. So, question number 3. In a zombie apocalypse, would you rather be a survivor or a zombie? I'd rather be a survivor. I think that probably the worst, kind of torture would be to be a zombie on Earth. I mean, that's just as bad to me almost as being in hell. I don't want to ever be a zombie. I don't like the idea of it becoming a zombie. And I would definitely try to do my best to be a survivor and not become a zombie. This is why I had to write it down. This one and the last one. If you were the bringer of the apocalypse, what 4 leaders from history, and this says infamous, but I'm going to go with just 4 leaders from history, would you bring back to be your 4 horsemen? So, this is where I had to write things down. For war, I would take Geronimo, because that dude just kicked ass. If I wanted somebody to lead some troops on the battle, it would be Geronimo. For famine, I would take Hermann Goering, because he was a fat asshole. He was a Nazi, so that right there makes him a completely piece of shit person. But he was also a fat ass, and he liked to eat, and he didn't mind other people suffering and dying of starvation while he got fed. I'm probably going to mispronounce this one, but for pestilence, I would take Pharaoh Thutmose II, which is, in most theologian circles, believed to be the Pharaoh that Moses and all the Israelites escaped from in Exodus. No, it was not Ramses II, no matter what the 10 Commandments movie says. And my final horseman would be the Death Horseman, and it would be Adolf Hitler. The guy caused mass genocide. I think he qualifies to be death. And an asshole. And a piece of shit. And every other label I can think of that's negative to throw on a Nazi.
They're sick. Simple as that. But, don't get me wrong, I dig that.
Question number 5. Favorite horror sequel that you think is better than the original? I was actually just thinking about this a while ago, and there's a few that I could pick from, but I'm going to go with a recent one. And I'm probably going to catch some crap for this from people. And I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion, and also I guess technically it's not a sequel, it's a prequel. But I'm going to go with the 2017 Leatherface. I think it's better than Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I've always been a person who does not believe that Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a masterpiece like people say it is. It's a great film, it's a good movie, but it's not a masterpiece by any stretch of the imagination to me. I actually even like the remake better than the original. The remake to me was way scarier. But I love this new Leatherface movie. I don't know why, but I absolutely love this film. So I'm definitely going with Leatherface. It is better than the original in my opinion. The new Leatherface, not part 3. I watched that the other night. That's just a whole nother story. Question number 6. What horror has the best twist that you did not see coming? I think a couple people have already answered this way, but I fully agree, so I'm going with this one. Saw. The very first Saw, for weeks after seeing that, I was still blown away. I was telling everybody that hadn't seen it, gotta see this, you gotta see this, you gotta see this. It just completely blew me away, completely got to me. I had no idea that was coming. The second one, everybody thinks it's funny, but the second one, I completely saw that coming. I knew Amanda was the killer and the apprentice to Jigsaw as soon as I saw her in the beginning of the movie. I was just like, there's no other reason for her to be there. She's the one. Amanda's doing this to everybody. But the first movie, when he got up off the floor and removed that fake wound off his head, blew my mind. I was just like, what the fuck? I literally said that. I was just blown away. It absolutely blew my mind. Final question, guys. Question number 7. And this question is another reason I had to write down my answers. So I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to read my answers here for this one. Question number 7. Name a horror film, and it doesn't have to be your favorite, but a horror film that came out in the year you were born. Now, Ross, I think you kind of wanted people to do one, but I was born in a great year for horror movies. An absolutely fantastic year for horror movies. So I hope you don't mind. I'm going to throw out quite a few here. I was born in 1981. Yes, I know I'm old. Alright, starting with my favorite. Halloween 2. Friday the 13th Part 2. The Burning. Evil Dead. My Bloody Valentine. Strange Behavior. The Prowler. Omen 3. I've always thought Omen 3 was incredibly disturbing, and I really love that movie. I know it was panned by just about everybody, but I really enjoy Omen 3. But it makes my skin crawl. That film is disturbing. The Howling, An American Werewolf in London, and about 50 more. There are so many great horror movies that came out in 1981, and there was a bunch of shitty ones too, but 1981 was a great year for horror. Anyways, that is the tag, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry that it's this late, but, you know, better late than never. So this is BroncoJuggalo saying peace.
Jason mask on, my Freddy Krueger glove, Leatherface's chainsaw, blood on my chub, Michael Myers music, turn way up, pin heads attitude, I don't give a fuck.